You're leading the opposition. Why do you, well, first of all, what's wrong with Cordray? What about him personally? Is he not qualified for this?
Well, we didn't get into his qualifications. We haven't gotten that far, whether he's qualified
Senator,
or
with
not.
all due respect, isn't that the issue?
Andrea, wait a minute. If I can, you asked me a question.
Sure.
If I can answer. The question is not whether he's qualified, it's a question of the structure as it was passed and set up. This would be unprecedented in American history to put this kind of power in one person, and we've asked for 3 changes, and until we get those changes, we're not considering the merits or demerits of a nominee. The president could negotiate with us. We hope he will. I don't believe this nomination is going to be confirmed, but you know, that's up to the Senate itself.
But with all due respect, the agency has existed. Elizabeth Warren headed it. And at this point, you've got someone who is arguably very well qualified. The suggestions for those 3 little changes, many would say, would actually take all the power out of the agency, creating a commission to run it, which could be deadlocked and which wouldn't have the power of a single regulator. If we learned anything from the disaster of the financial meltdown, isn't it that we need consumer protection and need some regulation of these banks?
We're all consumers. We do need some regulation, but we don't need all the power put in one person, subject not even to appropriations by the Senate, not subject to oversight, not subject to a council, and not subject to even considering regulations when you have to bring in safety and soundness of our banking system. What we've made are substantive proposals. They're not 3 little deals, they're substantive, but I think they make a lot of sense, and the Democrats understand this, and if they want to get this show on the road, they can deal with us. I hope they will.
There are other banking regulators who do not have Senate appropriations, have their own independent appropriations. That has been a tradition with regulators.
Well, Andrea, you well know the Federal Reserve has a board of governors and the chairman. You have the FDIC, that a chairman and other members. It makes more sense because this is unprecedented power. What we need, not more regulations, but more jobs. This legislation was putting us in the wrong direction. We're trying to right the ship, and I believe we will.
And one quick question on the payroll tax, Senator. You were in favor of it, I believe, before. Now you're against it. Why the decision to oppose the payroll tax extension?
Well, I'm not against any tax relief. I worry about raiding the Social Security fund. You know, we're trying to save the fund, and then we're withholding money for it. Maybe we can find a better way to do this, to take money out of the Social Security fund to give it to people unemployed. I don't know if that's a good idea for the long run. We all want to help the unemployed. We want to find jobs for them, but I think there'll be something worked out here.
Senator Shelby, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us.
Andrew.
I did not mean to interrupt you before, sir.
That's okay.
And breaking news at the sentencing hearing for disgraced former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich. After telling a federal judge he is sorry for his